Alright, people wanted to know how to make a silencer or turn their Maruzens or L96s into more silent guns, and so I'm going to show people today how to do that. And there's my nice camel mods. Lovely, aren't they? The silencer is hidden underneath the moss and everything, so to keep it all right. Got some on the bipod legs, some on the scope as you can see, and then nothing else on the stock. So I'll get to the point, take it apart, and show you guys how to do this. Okay, now I'll show you what I do inside the cylinder to make it dampened. First off, you'll notice this is the gas cylinder that I'm using because it's newer than my other one. You'll instantly notice that not most certainly my valve, but my nozzle will be different once I get this opened up. Alright. This is what's up with my nozzle. If you can tell, I have carved out the inside of it pretty much with a Dremel and a bit. Made it shorter so it's a longer stroke on the spring, meaning a little bit more oomph. And I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it looks like shit. I guess I can. Wish this thing would be clear. But either way, it looks different. I'll have to take a picture of it. Alright, and that was what the cylinder head looked like after I changed it. Now you'll notice something else. I have basically sanded holes into my spring guide, and I sanded too much, so what happened was when you put the spring in and compress it, it was popping out of the holes right here and going like this kinda. So I had to put a little duct tape over it, but when you sand it down it makes it lighter, it makes it go a little bit faster, making the compression a harder compress, or faster actually. And so that'll do it. But if you have, let's see if I can find it. Oh, if you have anybody that has a Wii remote or Wiimote thing, and you've got this rubber casing, you just cut this down, make it as circular as you can, glue it on the tip of this. It's pretty soft rubber, and then if you can, make a circle pattern that fits around the edge of this really good, and make sure it's glued on good. And when these hit, it's real cushiony. I haven't done anything else to this, except for, you might have noticed that there's a bicycle cap in there for a tube, and if you want, you can put that in there. The spring will fit up against it real nice. But what happens is the piston, well, mine's not long enough because I've trimmed it for other mods, but this bicycle cap actually fits perfectly over the spring guide. So what you can do for that is create a little bit more tense of a spring. It'd be a little bit harder to pull back, not much for a 130 SP spring, but it'll still work. And you can do that to make it shoot a little bit more fast, higher FPS. And then what I did to the inside of the nozzle, I found out later on that actually the accuracy jumped up tremendously. The shots were more consistent, so I'm guessing maybe the airflow was more direct. I wouldn't know, but it's basically, if you go look at a PDI cylinder thing, I've basically just copied it for a cheapy cylinder set. And this can be done on any of those, the clone type 96s and all that such. Then you put the cylinder back in and you're ready to go and have free flow. Alright, now as you can tell, I took off the silencer. And it's basically, what I did was good. I cut the barrel down. And then that piece of tape, well, yeah, it's a piece of tape, but it's wrapped around the inner barrel, which is a 6.01, and to make a kind of a barrel spacer. It works really good. I cut the barrel about 3 inches shorter to make way for the silencer, which is all wrapped up. As you can see, it's got the tip and everything. What I did is I got a 1-inch PVC pipe, and what I did was I got a saw, I don't know if you can see it, and I cut there and there, so basically cut it down the middle, about down to here of the PVC pipe. You can make it however long you want it, make it about 40%, make the cut 40% of what the initial length is. And then basically what should happen after that is it'll take a little while, but you can just slip it, you can tighten it and it'll slip right on in a certain way. And then inside, I don't know if you can see inside, but yeah, it's basically just foam. So what I did was I got, let me get it, if I can find it. Basically get styrofoam, and then if, for all you people who have the other UTG, I have this one and a Maruzen. Get this foam, the boxing foam, cut it into a square and then into a hexagon of some sort, just enough where it'll fit down the inner part of this, and then just cut little kind of like a washer size pieces of foam for the inside, about this big. Then make sure that the hole in there is at least, I don't know, maybe a little bit bigger. I would say, let's see, at least it just bigger than that. But then what will happen is it'll slide on there real nice, and then you got that. So I'll show you how silent this thing works, though. Empty, and that makes it louder. So when you have a BB, it's going to be quieter. So you always want to make sure you have BBs. That's the point of being a sniper. That's the gun, and it shoots very nice. And I'm hoping I get my new scope and some more BBs today. So that's basically how the gun performs with a silencer and internal silencer mods. If you have any questions, just hit me up on them, and I'm sure I can answer them. I know this gun like the freaking back of my ass.